video review of the royal side at Paradisus Princesa Del Mar in Veradero, Cuba. We're here at the Princesa. We originally checked in last Saturday, December 17th, 2022, and went to the room and I was like, ooh, little rugged. I compared it to some of the rooms you'd see at Barrow Star, the kind of the crappier end ones, mid-grade. Azul, I think, was one of them. Not the Playa del Section or the Selection. It was kind of a mid-grade room and kind of ghetto. But the reason why we changed and went to the royal side was the humidity was poor and we wanted to upgrade, and that was not an original intent. And so we did an upgrade to the royal side here, which is a lot different, for $240 US. So about 300 Canadian. So on the royal side, you have your own beach, and they do nice service here. You can tell it's not very busy. And they usually have some lifeguards and beach staff and nice security guards. You see how friendly they are? And we have a nice little boardwalk here, and there's a shower at the end where you can shower your feet off and whatnot. So what we're going to approach here on the left hand side is the buffet breakfast and lunch. It's called the Miriam bar as well. It's a high-end bar, although they have a kind of a tough time making high-end drinks. Kind of got to coach them on that, and their English, no offense, isn't the greatest. So this would be the closest you can get to an oceanfront or sea view room. There is no sea view rooms, as you can see, so that's about as close as you can get. So this is the royal side, and it's quite obvious when you go to the other side. I do think this side was owned by a different hotel, because I did see in the room there are some markers indicating that it may have been a different resort. So it is quite structurally different than the other side. The other side was built in 2004, and this was probably built around the same time. Just different build qualities. Some high-end qualities you'll see around here. So over there, we'll walk over there in a moment. Or maybe we won't. Maybe we will. I don't know. That's over there. Not much to show you, but there is a little cafe where you can eat and grab some lunch. There's a little barbecue stand, and the little pool bar over there. Was not impressed. Just enough to get by. This is where you want to go for drinks if you're on the royal side. There is a lobby bar we'll cover in a few moments, but if you really want to get loose and have a good time and get some premium drinks, this is where it's at. This pool is huge. The pools are kind of unheated. There is some loose tiles in the pool, so you got to be a little careful, and those archways are freaking steep. Other than that, tons of beach chairs, not that many umbrellas, even when it's not busy here. This is close to Christmas. I would guess we're at 50% occupancy. Grounds are nice, a lot better than the photos. So we're gonna go take a walk inside, and we're just gonna browse over at the premium alcohol selection. And as you can see, there's quite the selection. This is a Miriam bar as well. They double as a Mediterranean restaurant. Pretty much all the places you can grab drinks, bars have a coffee machine. This is open 24/7. You can see quite the good selection there. I don't want to make anybody feel too uncomfortable here, so thank you very much. And so this is your another little bars here, but I've never seen anybody staff it. The premium check-in desk over there. I'm not going to get too in their face or anything. And this is excuse us. This is the premium check-in. They'll bring you over here in the little buggies that they don't honk or nothing, so you got to be careful because the brakes aren't the greatest either. So that's the premium check-in for the royal service, and they are royal. You get a butler, and the butler is somewhat useful arranging things like your dinner nights and if you want a 7-year bottle of Havana Club, make sure you ask, because they will do that for you. I did ask for some extra beers in the room, but they did not produce. So, psst. So we're just walking along. This is all Royal Side here, and it's not one big hotel, but it's like a lot of these fourplexes. And these are some suites. Probably not worth the money. This little hut's nice, lights up at night. So the nice thing is, if you're over in the blocks, over in the main section, it's, you know, kind of more ghetto. This is my one butler, Joel. We're just doing a little video review here, and you can see how friendly these workers are. Joel's been helping me out all week here, partnership with my gal. Thank you very much, Joel. I don't want to take too. See, this is the kind of service you receive as a royal member. So we're just trying to do a little promotion here on my little YouTube video. So I just want to thank Joel very much for you know, being there for us. So
have a nice day. And enjoy.
Yeah. So. Wish you
Merry Christmas for tomorrow.
Well, Merry Christmas for tomorrow on our journey home. So we just wanted.
Tomorrow will be Miguel. Miguel coming back to here.
This is just
look after you all.
This is just great. This is just a top level of service these butlers provide. Thank you very much, Joel. Nice to meet you. So we're just going to carry on here. You see these little signs all over the place. They kind of give you an indicator on where you're going and where you've been. I think we'll just carry on. That you can go up to the road there, and then you can enter. We're up there. I guess we should do a tour of the Hilltop restaurant. So let's go up to the Hilltop. And Joel's going home now. He alternates days with my gal or other butler, which is really nice for them. I don't know if they have another side job or another full-time job, but these guys, I think they've been here a long time, and it's kind of it's a premium job because they basically dictate to other workers what to do. It's not like don't think of a butler like Jeffrey from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's not, he's not washing your laundry. He's not washing your dirty sheets. He's gonna line stuff up for you. You're not gonna say, hey, my gal, you know, come do this for me, because he's not going to do it. He'll get somebody to do it for you, which was like, I thought they were going to be standing on your hand and foot. Hello, sir. And this was our waiter last night, and he was just fantastic at the Mirror Ma'am. He kept giving me a hard time. So looks like he's off to make a special delivery of wine tonight. So we hope you have a lovely evening, and thank you again. And so we're gonna carry on here. The waiter last night, it was quite hilarious. Brought us soup for a starter at the Miriam. That was the main bar there at the lobby. It turns into a la carte at night, and he brings me the soup, and it's empty. It's just some like ingredients in the soup, and then he pours in the broth, and and he takes pride. He takes a lot of pride in that joke, and. Then you ask for water, and he gives you 2 drops of water. So these guys do have a sense of humor. You really have to encourage them. They're a little timid, but they're not. They do not want to offend you. So they will let you decide on how the relationship's going to go, which is just fantastic. They're not overbearing. They really just want to be your friend and do whatever within reason for you. They're not going to bring you 8 ball of cocaine, but if you need something, even if you need something out of the resort that you forgot, they'll probably go out of their way to get it. So don't make the mistake. Don't go down that path. It just goes to a manhole. So this is the Hilltop restaurant, open for breakfast as well for dinner. Found the dinner was kind of some Cuban fare, and they don't really have much of a menu. They just kind of tell you what's on the menu, and then you get to order. Never did I see anybody using this pool. It is a little cool. We're just going to do a water. Yeah, it's not swimming pool temperature. It is more like room temperature water. Swimming pool, I think, is 27. I would say this is around 20. And us being probably at close to 40, degrees Celsius in our bodies walking around. It feels cold, but it's an infinity pool, nice touch. It looks like some people were sitting there. I don't remember those chairs earlier today, but it's very clean. All the pools are in operation that I've seen. Nothing's really out of whack or broken. I guess we can go up these stairs and just take a browse inside this beautiful restaurant. I really enjoyed the breakfast here. One morning I had full English breakfast, and I think I had 5 eggs over easy, and it was just amazing. And anytime you greet a staff member, they're happy to assist you, and you can just see the quality, fantastic quality here. And you see how happy they're just so happy, even if they don't know you. And the tips, yeah, they do appreciate the tips. They're not mandatory. I didn't really notice a difference in service, whether I tipped or not, but I noticed a difference in friendliness. They probably would give you just the same service, but we're just a little on, it was just probably on a more personal level. You see, they're probably more on a more personal level when you're doing them a favor. So excellent. So our fourplex was here. I think it's a sixplex. We're in the bottom, so it's just one ground floor and one upstairs. And I noticed that there was a little bit of noise one night above us, but I was a little bit incapacitated. I think that was the second night we were here. And so I think we went to bed around 9, 2-hour time difference. So it really screws you up on the first day or two. Then it's weird. We set our clocks back in Canada 1 hour, and it screws me up for like a month. I do a 2-hour time change here. I'm screwed up for a day. I don't know what it is. It's just, I think we get so ingrained in our day-to-day activities. So I don't know if we're gonna do a room walkthrough. I do have a room walkthrough updated on my channel. So let's just take a look here and unlock the room for my partner in crime. There we go. I don't need to do a walkthrough because we already did one. The room's messy. Just be aware that door, the patio door, is a little rugged. So if we need to, we'll go through the window. Okay, I'll be back in a bit to finish off the review. And no, I don't really find any safety issues here. What I did notice, there was a security guard walking back and forth here for a couple nights. At this resort, you get this wristband only for the royal side. Regular side, you just stroll on in. I'm sitting there, I'm like, huh, interesting. But from what I saw, the safety issues here, it's pretty safe. We walked downtown Veradero. We took the bus. No, we took a car. Buddy was sitting out front of the hotel. It was about $10 American, about 14 Canadian. I find that probably exchange is better if you bring American. We brought about 150 American singles. Worked out perfect. Probably have a little bit left over. That was just for tips, so I find that was pretty fair. I find in Mexico they're a little more aggressive for tips, but then they amp up the service. I don't know how they distribute the tips here. I did have a gardener jump out, like the WestJet operator said, and he gave my partner the flour, and we tip him $1. So why wouldn't you? That's never happened to us ever. So there's some flags here. I noticed that the resort across the street, I know I don't have a tripod, but you're gonna have to bear with me. I'm gonna try and do some calculations on how to. Here comes the baggers, or buggers, as some people call them. So they really like to pin her to win her. And it takes you a while. Oh, there's a small Canadian flag there, so that's cool. A few years ago when, the United States lowered the sanctions on Cuba, people thought they were going to be overrun with Americans. I have not met one American, and the Cubans always say, where are you from? So what's interesting is there is a lot of Europeans here, and primarily Germans, which is just great. The Germans are really interesting people. They're diverse. their country is very diverse. So we're let's go in the front door here, and we'll show you what happens. So when your bus comes, you're on a bus like this from the airport. Typically, if you do WestJet or Sunwing, it's bus or shuttle. So you come on the big bus, and they drop you off at the front, and the check-in process was terrible. There was, I think, 6 of us, and it probably took 30 minutes plus, and it was just a little bit rugged, meaning we didn't really know what was going on, and you're just confused. No welcome drink. So I did speak to the manager. You see him walking around. He's Manuel, and I said, everything's great here. Check-in process was a little rugged. He runs over to the front desk immediately after I told him that. So he takes that stuff pretty seriously. So it's just a little free-for-all here. This is a lobby bar. The drink of choice that I'd recommend here, espresso martini. They take a lot of pride in their martini business. Coffee business. But their martinis, they have vermouth, and they have martini glasses, so it's all good. So this is the main pool, pretty quiet. There is some activities going on every once in a while. There's some dancing and stuff and blah blah blah. I don't really know if that was a horseshoe pit at one point in time. I don't know what that motorcycle's doing there, but that's cool. It's kind of whatever goes here. Not as much as Mexico, but pretty close. As a gym goer, we really need to discuss the gym and the spa. Unfortunately, I didn't get to use the spa or the sauna, the sauna's free for Royal members, but I just couldn't do it. After working out in the gym in the high humidity, I was just like, get me out of here. And then I'm pretty tired afterwards. By the time you go eat breakfast, have a drink, and wait a few hours, it's time for a nap. But we're just gonna try and take a look at the gym and see if it's open. So the gym is actually closed, but they reopened it in the aerobic center. So 1900 hours, so what's that, 5 o'clock? So we can poke our head in here and just see, they started ripping out the floor, and you see all the equipment over there. So it's just terrible that they didn't disassemble the equipment and move it. So I talked to the gym concierge. Spa's just excellent, by the way. It is just top quality. I would highly recommend it, and it's half price if you're here for a week. So the gym, though, it's kind of ghetto, but they have a whole crap load of free weights, and I don't like people videoing me, so I'm not going to video it. All they have is free weights up to 29 kilograms, and 2 benches, 1 chin-up bar with a pull-up bar. So what we got going on here, I had 1 drink at this bar. It was terrible. They don't have lime wedges, so if you get a Cuba Libre that is disgusting, they use lime juice from a dishwasher detergent bottle, which was kind of I don't really know if it was a dishwasher bottle or just the image or whatever, but it was kind of like I would rather just go with a drink on the premium side. And they do have lime wedges here occasionally, but not very often. Daniel.
It's okay?
Yeah, I saw you working this morning, and you're still working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, these people work like 12 14 hours a day. They just give her. And this is...
The pool.
Yeah. Yeah, very good, sir. And they just give her, and they're always friendly. They're always friendly to see you. So, adios, Daniel. See you later.
See you later.
And that's just the service you get here. Grounds are pretty good. Comparing, this is what they call winter here. And I don't know if it's drier here or not, but it is pretty humid. But, I didn't see the sprinklers going on or anything, so I think they're doing a pretty good job there. I really enjoy doing these reviews because I have so many questions every time I go traveling somewhere. I just hope that 1 point from my crude representation of a review helps somebody. And I don't think you have to be a fancy TikToker to be a successful reviewer. This is the main lobby buffet. We ate here the first night. It was kind of rugged. I was like, what the heck? And it's okay. It's kind of like an all-you-can-eat you'd find in like Edmonton or Calgary or like The seating is nice. There's a pretty good selection. It's just limited what they have, but they do have, you know, ketchup, hot sauce, mustard, relish. Oh, no relish, sorry. They have their own version of relish. Oh, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Let's jump back over here. This is the Italian restaurant. Had a pizza here, as well had the chicken, which was like, wasn't just a big chicken breast. They flattened it, so that made it way more edible. I always find that if you smash the chicken breast, after eating like hundreds of thousands of them, I find that they're easier to eat. And they had some seasoning on it and stuff. It was pretty good. The pizza was excellent. And at this is like a, I have a hard time here. This is a French restaurant. They did a special thing for us here. They gave us like a bottle of champagne from Spain. I know that's not champagne, but it was excellent. It was probably the best champagne brut. It was the best. This was our table here. They said it's the best table in the house. Very good. I had fried mozzarella here. Trying to think else what we had here, but it was, I think the a la carte is good, if not great, but not excellent. Bamboo appears to be closed. I haven't seen anybody eat there. Sakura was excellent. I found the presentation to be top-notch. Very personable. We were sitting with another couple. The man didn't speak English, and he sure had a good time. They're from Europe. They had a $100 euro note. Couldn't tip, obviously. Piano bar, I haven't seen it open yet. So they're having a hard time tip, but you can just go to Veradero and hit the bank machine. This is the cigar bar. Looks excellent. Looks like they have an excellent selection of alcohol here. As you can see, got a little bit of a reflection going on here, but it looks phenomenal. I didn't try it. I'm just not into smoking cigars, and I don't want to smell. I don't want any of my clothes to smell. Been there, done that. Been to the bars in Edmonton from, 2000 to 2006 or whatever when they outlawed that. Got a ping pong pool table there, and I think we can just avoid that lobby bar again. This is the stage. This is where you sit for the shows. People talk about the shows in the reviews. I don't really see the shows being a selling feature for myself. We stayed at the Hilton and there was no shows. It just makes for a longer evening. So I would suggest if you're not going to go to the show, have a later supper. If I was to do it all over again, I would say plan for a trip to Havana, plan for the Royal Side upgrade. We'll do a walk by of the blocks. It kind of reminds me of like an oil field camp. Except the oil field camp, the rooms are nicer and not so ghetto. My friends complained about the bed sheets being coarse, and yeah, they were like sandpaper, and so they kind of trick you into upgrading. I think they put you in the crappier room first and then hope you're going to upgrade and stuff like that. So we're just going to carry on here and walk through the regular side here. Multiple blocks. I don't know how many. I think we were in block 3, third floor. Would avoid that at all cost. And I don't know. If I was to rebook here again, I wouldn't. Actually, I'd probably book the Malia International. It was only $50 a day, or a trip more. Sorry. Yeah, I think it was like $50 a trip more. When we drove by, it was massive. However, you probably don't get the personality feel because it's just one big hotel. So kind of whatever there. So I have a couple family members walking over there. They don't see me. They don't usually see me. I usually see them. So we'll just let them be because I don't know if they want to be videotaped. I waved at them, but I can't hear them screaming, so we're just going to keep on walking here. As well, we're kind of running low on time. We're heading to the Cuba restaurant tonight. Heard it wasn't that good, but so far so good. The restaurants have been edible, and then if I was hungry, which was never happened, I would just go to the buffet. They call it buffet. It's funny. So if you want to find a word or something, you just Google it, and then like bitters. As for bitters today, they had bitters, but it was called something like Augusta or something like that. Oh, and there's some tennis courts. Totally kept forgetting about that. It's so warm in the morning, you don't really feel like like doing that kind of stuff though. So as you can see, this is quite nice. These pathways get freaking soaked if it rains. The water doesn't drain. I think they've sunk. So I would highly recommend some like sandals or water shoes, and then bring like a plastic bag or a Walmart bag, and bring your shoes with you. I know it's kind of brutal. I'm gonna try and jump over there in a minute. There's a 24-hour snack bar over there. I did get hamburger. I got espresso. Say espresso. It's not Starbucks. It's espresso, no X. So I do like these rooms here. I like the walkout, and you are getting fairly close to the beach. The beach is good. There's no rocks or anything like that, and the sand is very fine. So there's no issues. Like, you don't need any special shoes or anything like that at the beach. And so you kind of get that annoyance though, like when you're hiking or biking or walking, people like to play their music. That was the first time I've heard that here, and hopefully the last. If you're gonna play some music, make sure it's like EDM, BPM from Sirius Satellite Radio, or something attractive that like everybody likes, not just what you like Metallica or something. So I don't know, but this looks fantastic. I'm really excited to try it tonight, and then we'll be off to the races. This is our last a la carte tonight. So we did an a la carte every night except the first night, and that was all booked by the Butler. So just fantastic. It's looking really good here. So this is Port Royal, and so we'll just be off to the races. I don't want to bug them. So if you take that sidewalk, you can jump right over to the Royal side. So maybe Port Royal is the portage to the Royal side. Let's just do a little walk by of the snack bar, and then we're off to the races. The review is supposed to only be 20 minutes, but we're going a little overkill here. Nice Cuba palette. It's kind of an interesting idea. You could do your own pallet business and put flags on pallets. That'd be kind of cool, and turn into furniture. Well, I think we just invented a new side hustle. Pallet wear. So you can see like some things, people say this is from COVID, where COVID took the economy out here in Cuba. I guess they just went bankrupt. And so that's kind of crappy. And so, like, I don't know if this resort is going to stick around, or they're going to level it and build something else. This was built in 2004, and it was like a Canadian resort that was in Canada. You wouldn't expect it to be so rugged. So I don't know. Honestly, I wouldn't book anything cheaper than this place. You can tell how good these places are by the prices, and there's probably 20 or 30 resorts cheaper than this in Veradero. This was December 17th to the 24th, which you'd expect to be expensive, but it actually looked like it was one of the more cheaper time frames, to be honest with you. So these guys are just pro drivers, although they make no noise. So shows you like these cars, probably like 20, 30 years old, and they're just giving her. So the gym that's the gym right there again. Please, any comments or questions, I'll respond to them. I really need to get a tripod because it's kind of bumpy, but I guess, or just a stick or something, but I think YouTube will help me balance that out in the editor. So it's not a noisy resort. At night, there's no problem sleeping. The beds are fairly hard, but the pillows are good. Royal side had lots of hot water. This side, not so much. It was kind of whatever. They do give you some amenities and stuff in the bathrooms. Hair dryer worked. The plugs, I would recommend getting a travel adapter. I don't know what happened. I plug in the one and it kind of zapped at me. Then I used one of these cheesy adapters, and it was quite all right. So this is like the snack bar. It's kind of like off the beaten path. It's pretty good. This guy's a Speedo guy. I keep seeing him around everywhere. The glasses. So it's pretty good. Nothing's like exceptional, but nothing's terrible. So I guess the staff kind of make up for it. So we're just going to go roundabout way back to the royal side here. So these guys will give you a ride when you're checking in. That's all good. So that's royal side there, and it's also very clear. You go under a electric fence, walkway, to show you it's the royal side. I think you get told pretty quickly if you're doing stuff without a wristband. I guess you could just bring your own wristband and then like go over to the royal side, but you'd never be able to book like extra reservations, or you'd never have a butler. So those little perks are kind of nice. I really like the butler because I don't like going to try and converse with concierge about what restaurants I want to book. So they make it clear that you are a royal guest, and when you do go to the royal check-in, you are treated like royalty. They do whatever you ask for within reason, and it's like kind of like being what do they call it, a Marriott gold level, platinum level member. They do treat you differently, and it's not like you're at a Motel 6 where you pay $99 and you're just there for one night. Marriott, they want to hook you. They want you to be coming back for 20, 30 years. So if you got a problem, they'll comp you the room. And then next time, you'll come back and spend more money. So it's a good deal. They give us, a free night stay every year, and you're off to the races every time. So let's talk about internet real quick. Internet's good. Nice and fast. The only problem I found was the connection would drop out, so you have to reconnect. After a while, kind of whatever. I didn't really mind it. You do have to get it reset every 20 or 10 hours because they pay for bandwidth here. So if you don't need to use it, don't. But if you do want to use it, do. I find 90% of people are on their phones here most of the time, and I'm one of them. And I'm not proud of that, but that's why I like doing these reviews. I'm not online right now. I'm just walking around, getting my steps in. And we walked to the marina, which is nearby here. Marina, they have like a craft fair, and like they're quite friendly there. I got a wallet for $5 and stuff like that. So off to the races. This thing lights up at night. It's kind of nice. There's some people in there now. It's just about dinner time, so I'm going to go back and change. You're supposed to wear long pants at dinner, but I have seen people like wearing whatever. I just find if you're going out for dinner, I treat these dinners as $100 dinners, and then you're off to the races. So there's a family here that kind of runs the place, and the one lady was sitting right there. She is the wife of the husband that's the manager here. I think his name is Manuel. He's a tall guy. You'll know who it is. You see him all over the place, and he keeps people in check like nobody's business. There's nobody out of line here at all. Everybody's in line, on point. Wouldn't worry about. I had one problem with our safe. They came within an hour, fixed it, and they're really respectful. I don't know. There was one guy at the royal side I didn't really care for, but I think he's just hyper. I think he was just kind of whatever. There's one thing we're going to check out right now. I did see some drilling rigs here in Cuba, on the island. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the heck? So, if you walk over there, you can go buy some crap. There's like leather gifts and wood toys. Just walk in that general direction, it's safe. There's a bus that goes there too. It's $5 round trip. This is where I saw the security guard. I don't know, I guess people could jump this fence or cut that wire and come on in and steal stuff, but they probably go to jail for a really long time. Like, you see, this doesn't look like it's been tampered with. This isn't even metal, it feels like plastic wire. So they probably drive through here quite a bit and just open and close that. I don't know, it's kind of whatever. Mexico, you wouldn't see that. There'd be like an 8 or 10 foot wall. So I do kind of want to see what that is up there, but I think it's just a refrigeration system and that diesel tank or oil tank there. So So it's all good, off to the races. So we're gonna cut it here because we're just about back. So all good.
Hola.
Hola. So all good.